Hello and welcome back, everybody. It is grand final time here at Group B. Finally a grand final.
Yeah.
And it's between Team
I wouldn't
Valiance
call it before it started.
and Alternate Attacks.
Yeah, it is, exactly. Yeah, it's actually Valiance and Co.
And Co, yeah, and Co, and Company.
One wondering who the Valiance is then.
Valiant, it's not one of the players. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I should ask Pekka what the name is, because obviously Binary Dragons.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, Pekka. Oh my goodness.
Do you know him? I think everyone knows
No,
Pekka,
I don't know Pekka. I know Peta.
Is that his name? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's why I
He's
didn't
still
even
with
connect the facts.
I know.
I know he's a great guy, yeah.
Is he? Yeah, no, I haven't had loads of talks with him. He's going to be really freaked out that we're talking about we're talking about you, Peta.
Yeah, I actually was at a LAN tournament with him and stuff, so we know each other quite a bit.
Oh, you do? Okay. That's pretty nice. Either way.
He's my brother.
Do you think his team is going to... We're on camera, by the way.
I don't get what's going on.
Do you think that his team, his boys, are going to win today?
Yes.
Yes, I do
but
as well.
I don't think it's going to be so one-sided like you said before we went into the break. I don't think it's going to be a 16-3 or 16-8 or something along these lines anymore. I feel like it's... Okay, never mind. I exaggerated with it not being 16-8. 16-8 is a probable scoreline.
Yeah, I feel like this is probably going to be a bit of a
16-12, something like that.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a 16-10, 16-12. I feel like
really?
Valiance are probably just going to storm the way through. I think that this is probably going to be not a very competitive group final. Sorry if you're expecting and hoping for some great Counter-Strike today. I don't think it's going to be that two-sided. I feel like we've just seen the best of the matches and finally a cheap bit of cash.
Wow. When did they actually put that map in the game? I thought there was only train and...
A nuke like 1 out of 10 times, 1 out of 25 times.
But the nuke, I heard that it's a mini map, like converted from Mario or whatever. It was just a fan mod. Mainly in Counter-Strike you only have train. And then when players agree before they start a match that they want to play something new, that they download the mods. There used to be a site like FPS Banana or whatever. Or you could download like custom maps. That's where Nuke is from. Cash, I have no idea what that is.
It's FM Pone. It's FM Pone. He made it.
Yeah.
And it's probably getting removed soon. So let's make the most of it right now. Either that or Mirage is probably going to get replaced by Dust 2, right? Are you a fan of that? Are you a bit of a fan or not?
I'm a fan of Dust 2 not existing.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of Dust 2, to be honest. Fun fact, I've never cast Dust 2 before, because it got taken out of the map pool as I started
recently,
casting. Yeah, like January this year, it got taken out. So I've never casted it before. So it's going to be a brand new map. Never had any experience on it. Just had these sort of like 8 or 9 maps in my history. Not really been casted for that long. Either way, the pistol round is live. Alternate Attack starting on that CT side. Not really much effect. We've seen these knife rounds not really matter all too much at all. Alternate Attacks going for a fairly standard buy. The 1 kit on Hunden, you need it on cash. Obviously, towards the A side of things, you're likely often going to be going for this retakes. He is here just to find the 1 frag to aid Alternate Attacks, and then they can go for this retake.
Well, we'll see if that happens. For now, indeed, Valiance are approaching the bomb site. This is interesting. Just take a look at where all the CDs are. 4 of them in the middle. Then Hunden is looking at bomb site B, so that rotation with the def kill will have to happen quickly. And Valiance are like, what?
Yeah, they've already sniffed this one out. I would say occasionally a team will throw in a strat like this. I'm not a big fan of it, giving away a bomb site entirely. You put yourself in a horrific position like this, but a site of cash, it's one of the easier sites to retake. Not a lot of places for these Ts to stand. Let's see if Alternate Attacks can hit the shot. It's ECFN in first, straight through that smoke, but Nino playing close, hits the headshot. Alternate Attacks have to nail a couple now, but it's Nino instead to hit his second. Tizian going to return, but these blocks are reigning supreme as Hunden can't get the work done as Valiance close out that pistol.
Yeah, so I guess they fulfilled the plan, as you said.
Look at that. Petra in chat said, OMG, Heartcasters. Yeah. He was so nice.
Hi there.
I must say, even though he is listening, and this might sound like I'm sucking up now, he was one of the nicer people to talk to when we did the invites and stuff like that. He was honestly like so polite and just everything perfect.
Overall, a genuinely positive guy. I don't think I've seen him mad or something like that.
It's just nice.
He always had a smile on his face back what I remember. So
the comparison is not everyone's very nice. We had some not very nice people.
Really?
I'm not gonna, not everyone's nice in this industry.
I had some people that I found it hard to talk to when I was like doing invites and stuff for some other tournaments, but I never had somebody that was negative really.
No,
I just had people. I just had lazy people.
Yeah, as well. Yeah, I'm not gonna
Obviously,
mention any names, of course. I don't literally want to get fired tonight, but but yeah, Valiance 1-0 on the board already. Great start for them. I think Alternate Attack slightly given that one away. And map pause, I would assume that this is tactical. You kind of got to assume it. It's early in the game, probably not going to go for anything too tactical just yet. And nobody buying up on their side. Obviously, they've got 5 minutes to use if they need it. And then once it's gone, it should be gone, but we'll probably just give them more anyway. Just for the banter, just for laughs. Yeah, have another pause, mate.
So, coming back to what you said before the first round started, like the task is going to be for 100 to get 1 kill and then hope for the rest of the team to do the rest of the job.
I didn't say that. Did I say that at all? No, I don't know.
You said something about 1 kill.
No, I didn't.
You must have. You definitely said that. And so yeah, I wanted to chime in that, yeah, he got 1 kill, but then he was all alone, and when he died, the round was over, and it's on the hands of Valiance now. And yeah, it started off completely differently with their setup. And all of a sudden, A is empty. 4 people in the middle. 100 on bomb side B with that dev kit. And also, when the bomb got planted, they didn't even start the retake instantly. They were still standing in the middle. Like, I have no idea. Like, what they were going for a 4-man boost, stairway to heaven or whatever.
Yeah, and you know I do like to lie a little bit of criticism at the feet of Hunden, but that is his mistake. As the in-game leader, he, in my opinion, shouldn't be running a strat like that. I know it's not really up to me to criticize an in-game leader's decision-making in that respect. Maybe he's got a slight read that Valiance like to go for the B site, but I don't think you can go for a risk like that, especially in a grand final like this. But Alternate Attacks being the underdogs, you can kind of see why they'd do it. You can kind of see why they'd not want to do anything too funny. A couple of players kissing there before they go for the boost up. Valiance, a little bit love in the server as Zeletny sneaks his way down mid. Alternate Attacks. Putting more people on A this time, but all playing together. Obviously, all Kevlar'd up. 3 players at least are. Hunden and Serson haven't got them on ground, but 1-0 on the board for Valiance. Yeah, they're looking pretty good. They're just playing this one kind of steady. You can see the line that they're drawing, waiting for Alternate Attacks to get aggressive and push.
Yeah, you were talking about the love in the Valiance lineup. I have not seen anybody from Alternate like go 5 meters away from the rest of the team. Like, these guys are stacked on top of each other for the entire 2 rounds this far, and seems like they've been kissing all the time.
Whoa, PG. We're just after the watershed. You could say it.
What?
It's rude.
You want some kiss cam going on here? We've got 3 cams. You can even choose which one it is.
You're going to bait me into something terrible that's going to stay with me for like ever. Valiance place that bomb down. Obviously 1-0 on the board. These AKs holding strong on this A site. Obviously the Deagles trying to rein in, trying to chip in. Nice couple of headshots from the AKs who stand strong, stand supreme. This Hunden actually chips through for 1 frag. Could have been a second there, but just Tizian left. Just the 1 Deagle, and he gets shot right in the face, right in the nose, right there.
Right there. Yeah. Nose long like garden hose. You get me. So, yeah, 2-0 in favor of Valiance. Of course, getting these rounds after winning the pistol round is not the toughest task out there, but my question is, what's going to happen when Alternate Attacks finally get a 4-buy for themselves? Are they going to resist a lot more, or is it still going to be Valiance overall showing to be the stronger team like it was in the previous matches? Because it's hard to believe that finally somebody's going to take them down. I mentioned how I would love this match to be a little bit closer, and I think that it's going to be. I don't think it's completely one-sided, but for now, it looks like one, definitely.
Yeah, Valiance, they've had a good start. They've had a convincing start. Everybody really showing up so far. Valiance, nothing really in the way in terms of a stumbling block right now. Alternate Attacks, obviously, not scoring just yet, but let's see what they can do with these rifles.
These rifles, and a sniper rifle among them. There's a great performance in the first match of the day with that rifle, but where has he been from that point on? Is it just me, or do you once again not have the X-ray on?
Not sure. I don't. It's not my fault.
Come on. I just noticed it now. No, you have to like. How are you like when you want to light up the room? Like,
is that what you do?
Or do you just snap the fingers?
I can't snap my fingers. I'm not a very talented man. You see, I'm not very good at this. Either way, Valiance just playing very steady here. Playing this group final. Obviously, it's best of one. You don't want to make any mistakes. But on this T side, they're playing exceptionally slow. We haven't really seen this from them yet today. We've seen very quick matches, very fast pace. And obviously, 4-0, it's getting in with the markets. Valiance obviously just closing in here. With the B push actually decimated already by ECFN finding a pair. Alternate Attacks might finally be in the running.
Oh, yeah, that's just gone down pretty quickly. And Neto's going to get finished off. Unfortunately, we do not get to see that frag, but Alternate Attacks are getting a round for themselves, and some collateral damage going down there. Valiance, as soon as they lost one man, everybody started to fall over, and not a bad start, though. Do we feel convinced by that? We really have to just witness some couple of really good rounds for Alternate Attacks to start believing that this is going to be their map. But this is cash, so something different from what we've seen today. Both of these teams could be a little bit less predictable on it, and I don't know why, but I feel like this cash favors Alternate a tiny bit.
I don't. I think that Valiance, I know that they've got a higher win rate. Somebody just posted that in the chat. I just think that this kind of open map favors those fraggers. I think that Valiance should be able to just hold it steady, and I think that that's why they're probably playing such a slow style, is they want Alternate Attacks to sweat a bit, make the mistakes, and then take as many rounds as possible on this T side. Remember, just a best of one stands in front of them and the main stage, something that they really want to get to and should be getting to, in my opinion. A 4 versus 4 now is Valiance encroaching on this A site.
Alright, I want to look up the stats then on cash for Alternate Attacks, because I really think that shouldn't be too bad for them. There we go. And then it's going to get that kill on Hunter. 18 HP on ECFN. Could be a tiny bit of a problem a little later on into this round, but for now, Valiance, do they have an idea where to go? They do go straight into the crosshairs of the enemy team, though. Wasn't Hunter with the double, it was actually ECFN also chiming in, but it's a perfect setup for them. Only Neno remains, and it's pretty much the very same scenario as in the previous round, right? It was also just Neno left, and I think that it was also just a single kill for Valiance by that point. So this time, Neno doesn't even have the time, so he's not going to be able to do anything more. And that's how it all ends. The second round for Alternate Attacks right here, 2-3. An extremely close scoreline. The pistol rounds given Valiance the 3 rounds, but the moment that the CT start getting the rifles into their hands, it's getting a little bit more complicated.
Yes, unfortunate. And Valiance, even if they're losing those rounds, need to actually do a little bit of damage. Here they've gone for a force. Now, maybe they think that alternate attacks economy is a bit weaker than it actually is, thinking that they'll probably force an eco if they win it. I don't think that they will. Tizian and Hunden finding a pair of frags, a pair of headshots with only 15 seconds into the round. Valiance changing their approach towards this A site. They've got to go for a push fairly soon, changing their approach on towards mid. Minute 20 left, lots of time to work with, but alternate attacks, they seem fired up and ready to go. They've hit a couple of shots so far this game already, and after that pistol round trio, Valiance starting to struggle. As if alternate attacks find a convincing round here, they'll already be up onto that 8 to 10k mark. Have lots of utility left, have the economy rocking and rolling, but Hunter is going to rack up that frag. A big flash in, and Stefan does actually capitalize, helped by Tizian there. As York rains through and finds another one. Just Lenny left, and a 1 versus 4. Taking a tip out of Nino's book. Needs to be able to do anything as he pours into this B site. That Molotov stops him down. The visuals found by ECFN is the flash is perfect, and Letney gets found. A big headshot as alternate attacks level up the scoreline.
And right now it's starting to really get convincing. Very little frags over the course of many rounds for Valiance right here. Seems like they're a little bit lost right here. And actually, that makes me come back to what I said right when we were starting the broadcast. I think you asked me about Valiance back then on the second match of the day. What do I think? What do I expect from that team? I said that if they go beast mode, there's nobody that can stop them. But sometimes this team, even though they have a lot of potential, they're not able to like show it in the game. Sometimes they're like shut down and it's hard to find the ignition, kinda. Hard to light that fire that would devour. For instance, alternate attacks in this scenario. Now Stefan's gonna get a double for himself. And the end of this round was supposed to be a 3B to alternate attacks anyway, so we should be expecting a 4-3 in their favor. Wow, so close to getting a double here for Neno though. On the other hand, but Hunden successfully stops that. But once again, it's Hunden eco-fragging.
Yeah, once more. And Valiance needs to start putting some kills on the board. Obviously, Letney, the only player left, only pistol left. And Valiance seem to have fallen asleep and actually slowed down in the last couple of rounds. They've not even really been finding many frags. It's been alternate attacks surviving with 4 players alive in the majority of these situations. And that PT50...
Quite good, but he's already getting the kill on Emmy, so they know roughly where he is. They're going to be spraying down there. They finally spot him out. There's Letney instantly securing the frag. Valiance seems like they've woken up. Seems like they've finally done something different for a change, something fresh. But Seriously is still willing to take it away from them. Coming in from behind, Hunter falls to that AWPer, and there's HB advantage in favor of the German team. But where will Valiance, excuse me, decide to go? They have the bomb on towards B right now, and there's nobody out there at all. Searson's still on bomb site A. He's still not rotating. And he's finally making the move, but it might be a little bit late. They don't even hit anybody with these spray downs through the smoke. A little bit unlucky for alternate attacks, you have to say. Yeah,
small. As soon as that smoke's down, as soon as you make that cross onto the B site, it's obviously so difficult for the CTs to even get in contention of taking a round such as this. Syrian should be keeping this AWP in hand, but a big double spray down as Nino needs a bit of reinforcement, finds it. Valiant seemed a bit shaky on the shots there, but they do rack up the 4th round regardless.
Yep, they don't allow alternate attacks to bounce away a little bit too far. This definitely is the right moment for a reply, but hopefully a stable reply, because it's been so many times that we've seen teams win singular rounds this far today, not being able to chain them together, and that would just keep their economy low for the entirety of a half. And that's something I don't want to see on Valiance, definitely. I don't see it on any side.
Hunden, pop flash tag, takes a aggressive spray through the smoke. ECFN takes one down through that molly, follows it up with a follow-up frag on the B site. Emmy eliminates him as well, so Valiant, a couple of shots in, but Hunden's still rocking and rolling, roaming here in checkers. Needs to get back into cover, but Valiant's already salvaged this B site. finally finds a couple more frags. A 3 versus 3 as Nino flashes and shoots his way in to Checkers. Traded back by Tizzy in this 2 versus 2. Actually shut down by Emmy. Beautiful fast headshot. Secures the triple kill in Tizian. He's got a lot of work to do. He's got a brutal crossfire to break. His Joxix here waiting to take these shots. I don't know if Tizian's going to expect it and peek for it. Joxix obviously not found a frag so far. So I don't know if Alternate Attack's going to know it's coming at all. Obviously a kit, no time. 5 rounds for Valiance.
Well, so that's going to be the second one in a row right here for Valiance. A lot of damage delivered by ECFN definitely at the start of this round. But then they weren't able to consistently really continue that. And indeed had a great position, but was locked out there by smokes from the enemy team. And Emmy, obviously, his performance definitely played the biggest role in this round number 9. 3 kills. He was just sending people flying with these headshots. If it continues like that, apparently it won't. Tizian surprising him right at the start. So these magical headshots are not an option for Valiance, at least for this round.
Yeah, surprising him, surprising me as well. I feel like Alternate Attacks have definitely had a stronger showing in the first half than I was particularly expecting. Valiance clearly struggling a bit against some of the German AIM stars, especially Hunden, who has shown up on this map. Criticizing him earlier today, but has been putting points upon the scoreboard. A minute left for Valiance to make their angle of approach known, possibly onto this A site. The bomb edging towards the pointy letter. And with that bomb and time ticking down, they've got to make the decision fairly soon.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with you on that. Under the German AIM star.
Are you trolling me? You're messing with me?
Alright, so let's continue up with this round. 35 seconds left. It's about to go down. Valiance are about to strike. Of course, the CTs are prepared for that, but they still keep one person alongside B. They still keep one person in connector. 2 of them actually coming through the highway. Serison is not going to get hit through the back. Hunter with a double kill. Both of them headshots. Stefan only being able to kick it off with a reply a little bit earlier, but everybody blinded. What is going on with the flashbangs? They're so perfect. They're miraculous. And all that's left is ECFN. Pretty much low HP for the terrorist, but he's not going to spot out Neno on his back. The fact that he was able to kill Hunter behind his back is amazing indeed, but still, there was no trigger. There was no reason for him to look behind. So I was 100% sure that Neno would just get that free kill for him and close out the round.
In my opinion, Counter-Strike's back thriving in chaos. That was an absolutely chaotic situation there, and Valiance coming out on top. I don't know how much visual any of these players got. Felt like every single player on that A site was fully flashed. Couldn't see anything. And Valiance just making it work, putting 6 rounds on the board. It's quite hard to tell on catch whether this is a good performance or a weaker one, as Alternate Attacks do seem to be applying the pressure and keeping it up. Even in this round, salvaging an AWP. Wrapping up the AK-47. Stefan fully flash, has to back off. There's a follow-up flash as well, going to take him out. Tizian's gone as well.
There goes the opportunity. Tizian actually remaining as a thorn in the side of Valiance. He got the entry kill in the previous round. He pushed through the B holes. And now he also got one pushing through a main. But they lost both the AWP and the AK at the same time. Losing one of these rifles would have been alright. But both of them leaves the CTs with nothing to fight with. And now Valiance will be looking forward to getting the 7th round for themselves. So they stopped for a moment. They given up a bit over to Alternate. That was the hope. That also made us start to wonder whether Valiance indeed is who we thought they are, how strong they are. But yeah, they just throw it all in the trash can.
In the trash. 13 kills for Nino. He's leading the charge on this Valiant side. Obviously putting 7 rounds on the board here. If he can continue this pace, Alternate Attacks is definitely going to have a couple of troubles shutting down and slowing them down as they charge towards this A site. Seems like a slightly faster approach. I think these nades, these smokes and mollies are probably going to find their final destination in the next few seconds. Obviously, Lots of time left on the clock, and they've already moved their way right outside this A site. So perfect position to go for an execute with no legitimacy taken by alternate attacks. They're not getting up close and personal. It's all down to Tizian. They've got to hit the shots here. Who's flashed up, backed off. Hunton's going to find both. There's a third as well. Valiance just thriving in these chaotic situations, always on the A site.
So just Serson. Not much you can do right now with that orb, trying to hold on to it. But is it also increasing their chances for the future? They're going to have very little money. So alternate attacks, just saving that AWP might force them into a decision they don't want to make, like some kind of a forced buy or whatever, to try and support that sniper rifle as much as possible. And if they fail with that, that could be totally bad. But there is not going to be any up. Walking into that round number 13, assertions died, so 3,500. Oh, okay, so you could have gotten an okay-ish force buy with that, especially with assertion possibly dropping a rifle. But yeah, that's not the case anymore.
I feel like the game's certainly changed in the last couple of rounds. It felt like every single round that alternate attacks won was a real fight. And Valiance, they've finally taken control. They're not scrimming with rounds anymore. They're not trading back and forth. It was 4-4, now 4-8. Valiance finally taking control of this T side. And I wouldn't be surprised if they find double digits here. Looks like a secured ninth as alternate attacks don't have the Kevlar. Even Stefan being forced out of position straight into main. And you see Joxic, he's kind of aware. Does actually whiff that shot though. Back into cover is Hunden's the first casualty. Joxic missing shot after shot, and another one as Stefan's gonna finally swing out and die. Emmy as well. Valiance just finding frag after frag.
Yep, Nano, Joxic, Letney, Emmy, everybody's got one except for Hunter. Can he get on the finisher on towards Serson, who's coming in from the squeaky door as well. He's nowhere to be seen in the vicinity right here. So Emmy will take that one for himself. As I said, Emmy's headshots seem powerful in some of these rounds that we've seen this far. So once again, he's serving us that. But he's sitting on 708. So these aren't even like positive statistics, actually.
And look how meticulous that was. They actually went for that pop flash in a 1 versus 5. There's no threat there from alternate attacks. There's no chance that they're going to even lose that round. They just want to keep maximum rifles alive.
Yep.
They want to shut alternate attacks down, not give them any edge into this game. Finally a double up setup, finally a change of pace from alternate attacks, but a missed shot from Serson, and he's going to have to back off. He's getting chased down by Valiance, and they're going to find that opener straight onto this A site, as Emmy does get dinked through, but Letton's going to find a shot anyway, and Valiance crush it once again. Just going for A time after time.
14 HP on Emmy right there. Like, just come on, give them at least a single kill. This round was horrible for alternate attacks, and as you said, they switched things up. They tried to speed up the pace, but that just backfired on them completely. The double up setup might have demolished their chances in the last round of the first half too, but there we go. ECFN's not done yet. Down to 15 HP, but with 2 kills. Now down to 6 after a grenade also hit him. Now Emmy, and then completely surrounded, completely pinned down. Must have felt horrible for him. But 10-4 is what we're seeing on the scoreboards. 3,500. I was talking about what kind of a force buy could they have afforded with that, and now guess I'll find out.
Obviously, Valiance looking at 11. The best case scenario for the Germans is a measly 5 rounds. It's not good enough on the CT side of cash. You kind of want an 8 or 9. They've just not been able to put enough on the board. Emmy going to hit a nice fast headshot. Valiance, this has really been the whole game for them. Finding these opening kills. After the first 8 rounds, they've just been able to break away from the pack. And you can see not really many of these Angels going alternates way. You see Joxic looking so confident about to swing in. ECFN finally going to find a couple of shots, but Joxic shuts him down. 2 versus 2. But it still feels like alternate attacks made a couple of mistakes. Serson taking a lot of damage by that Flames. And now Valiance, they do have this B site on lockdown. It's all smoked and molled off. His alternate attack's got to hit some shots. And that's not going to happen. Joxic with a fast spray down. And Serson, final man alive, AK-47 in hand. He's going to drop to Joxic as well. A perfect last round for the AWP star.
Yeah, that was just horrible for alternate attacks. Joxic was so good in that, as you said, molly, smoke. Sisson was preparing himself to push through the smoke as he knew he would have support from the other side of the bomb site. But Joxic eliminated that support. That's where Sisson hesitated for a moment. That allowed Joxic to recover. Just look back to the other side. Kill Sisson. There was nothing wrong. There wasn't even a smallest mistake, the tiniest issue, tiniest error made by Joxic, as you said, the AWPer of Valiance and Co.
Standard buy from Valiance, similar to the alternate attacks by ME, going for that kit, double flash. Everybody else with the Kevlar. 2 players on this A site, not playing a curveball like alternate attacks earlier, going for the retake. But Hunter is already going to lose his teammate, needs to hit some shots now, but the Glock's closing in, and the SCF is going to find both.
Wow, that once again seems like alternate attacks will have something to show us for a moment. Hopefully this moment's not going to be as brief as it was in the first half. 11-4 is still quite a bad scoreline that we're seeing for them. So fixing it won't be so easy and will take time and patience and also skill. Where is his? Right now, I don't know. Neno with a double kill and still survives and gets another. The headshot! Neno, he's got a quad right now and the bomb gets defused. And Neno with an ace, 4 headshots with a USP. 1v5 pretty much. No support from his teammates. Alternate attacks are not even getting this pistol round. That was pretty much gifted to them by Valiance and Co right here. But since alternate attacks are like, no, we don't take charity, Valiance are like, no, we take it back.
Nino going absolutely crazy, absolutely bonkers on the A site, finding all 5 headshots. And right now you can say that Valiance firmly deserve a spot in the main stage. I don't see any universe where alternate attacks can get back into this game right now. What a shutdown from Nino.
Yeah, that like the most unfair thing to the players of Valiance right now would be losing this match. After situations that we're seeing, after them dominating so much, still losing it would have been so unfair. But they would have to work themselves to still be able to lose it. Very low HP on Tizin, he's going to fall, but still running down the bomb site is possible for alternate attacks apparently. Back to 3-on-3. Well, there's mostly SMGs remaining on Valiance, not too sure if these are the weapons they would like to have on the retake. ECFN down to 30. Hunter from behind, blinded by the flashbang, he's still spraying! Oh my goodness, 6 HP! Hunter is the one to die. To get the kill on Sirson. He had 8 HP himself. The knife kill did not work out right there. But Alternate is still standing. Stefan, 1v2. What can he do? He knows the Hunter is low in health. Now he's going to make it into a 1v1. There is no time. He doesn't have a defuse kit. That's going to be the end of the round. 12-5. And Alternate attacks after losing that horrible pistol round. They are now back with a forced buy win.
So pretty much the best case scenario at the end of that round, picking up an M4, picking up that Deagle, having a bit of extra cash to work with in this round. And Valiance, they're not going to force the issue. They're obviously feeling confident and composed. So many rounds ahead, probably feeling better in this series. They obviously know that they're the most skilled team in this group, and they just have to hold serve if they're going to finish off this game.
So I already said that a little bit earlier, but then I got shot up by Neno and his amazing ace. But once again, I go back to the point that alternate attacks were capable of winning a couple of rounds in a row and kind of convincing us that they're in the game. But it didn't last long. So are we witnessing the same? Or is it this time around a little bit different? Is it this time to come back?
Straight into this B site. A couple of frags come through, alternate attacks, just holding their ground. Joxic gonna drop. There's Nino gone as well. As that bomb drops, alternate attacks just look very solid in this anti-eco. Got 5 players roaming on this site and just taking sprays on through. Valiance can't even get close. Nothing to really get all too excited about though. this was a pretty weak buy from Valiance.
Tidzian now finishes off ME, and just 2 people remaining. Hunter and Letney. Hunter a little bit afraid of that spray down through the gate, but it didn't reach him. Most important guy right now is Letney. He lost the M4, and just 1 headshot from Hunter. No AK pickup. Valiance, this was the worst case scenario for this round. They could have saved the rifle, but instead they waited around for the exit kills. That backfired entirely. Like, just the M4 and Kevlar is worth nearly 4,000, and they gave it up in exchange for 300 for a kill.
Yeah, I agree. And a lot of teams actually make those fundamental mistakes, actually go for overpeaks when it's really not needed, but the risk reward definitely isn't there, where you're getting 11 times your money if you just stay put. But Valiance suffering slightly, faltering slightly by that merit. However, I do like the way they're playing their economy, not going for these forces, just playing calm and composed, alternate attacks being made to sweat and made to play as maximum full buy rounds as possible, which are the rounds that Valiant should be able to take, should be able to close out.
Well, we'll see. Next one is a round like that, and if it doesn't work out for Valiant, then we can't be so sure. These are the rounds Valiant should be able to take. Now Serson opens it up with a kill on Hunter, although losing himself quite a lot of HP. Down to 10 right now. Bombs planted though, and time starting to tick down. No defuse kits, obviously, on the blue side. He's trying to sneak up close. Now, there is a possibility to pick off Serson, or maybe anybody else really, on close range with that P250. It's real dangerous, but Alternate did not make such stupid mistakes. They don't even come up close. They fight on long range against these pistols, keeping themselves safe and sound. And it seems like they will not even lose a single person here. Only Caseking left alive, and he was trying to figure something out from behind, but he even decided to just give it up. And he gets killed off by Serson. So he actually running away. It turned out that like he had the best opportunity to find a kill out of the entire team, but he still didn't really use that.
And obviously, what's more important, alternate attacks, fun with 5 players alive. Look at that money, everybody on about 6,000. Now, Valiant are going to struggle a bit to whittle down that economy. Obviously, they've got to win 2 or 3 buy rounds in a row to be able to whittle alternate attacks down to 0. Obviously, those smokes being placed, preventing a rush towards the B site. And Valiant's just playing a pretty standard default, a 2-1-2 setup with ME hidden here towards mid. Obviously the boost coming through. I like this setup for Valiance, and I certainly don't like the MAC-10 from Hunden. Don't know why he wouldn't be going for a more favourable rifle, going for an AK-47. They certainly have the money to be able to elect to go for it, and obviously that could be the difference maker between taking the round and giving away a 13th to Valiance.
Oh, this spray intense. Let me Hunter ME. Ah, well, it seems like with the rifles, it is indeed going to be possible for Valiance to finally close it out, maybe close it out. I don't know. It's still too early to say. Alternate attacks are definitely capable of making the comeback, but this round has torn them apart. But Valiance used the key thing in this round. It was a boost up above A main. I doubt that it will work out many times in a row. So they've got to figure out something different this time. And Alternate, they still have a perfect equipment here. Full sets of nades. Best rifles that they might imagine. Kevlars and helmets, obviously.
Such an effective boost. Obviously, Cash has been in the map pool for what's been now 2-3 years. Obviously, you've got to check that angle. Otherwise, somebody's going to be able to rip you apart in that swag position. Clearly, alternate attack. You commonly see it at this level of Counter-Strike. At the tier 3, tier 4 level that I would say alternate attacks is on, I would say Valiance is definitely a little bit higher than that. However, I would say that those sort of teams aren't always checking those boosts. I feel like it needs to be a fundamental strat when you're pushing into these sites. Caseking going to be able to rain off an initial AWP frag as ME towards mid, just trying to take a little bit of information. Valiant's finding frags left, right, and center, quite literally. As alternate attack shut down. This could be a 14th, one away from series point for Valiance.
Yep, 2 away from taking the entire Group B. which could be quite big here for them. A little bit of money out there, and most importantly, a spot in the main.
Yeah, that's a bomb down as well, isn't it? Nino's probably going to be able to shut him down. Nice frag as well. Good fast headshot. And Valiance just one away from this.
Yeah, not losing a single person on such a round is key. Right now, imagine the pressure that is on Alternate Attax's shoulders. They weren't even able to eliminate a single guy now. They barely have enough money for anything. And that was a perfect buy-up, may I remind you. They had everything they might have needed. AWP, no single worse rifle than an AK-47. Full sets of nades with incendiaries, smokes and everything, and they weren't even able to execute the strat because they never got to it.
Stefan trying to take a pop shot up towards the A site, but missing by a couple of inches. As Alternate Attax circle around this B site like sharks. Joxic going to spot it, but actually misses that initial preliminary shot. Minute 20 left in ECFN, going to burst onto B. Needs a second kill as well as Nino is taken down via headshot. Valiance going for this repeat. Caseking does find two. Swiped right back. As this 2 versus 3 does look difficult. Letney needs to find an initial kill here. Nobody from Alternate Attax playing in here, so no damage going to be able to be done. As this 3-man defense, this triangulation by Valiance looking fairly difficult. That Molotov, they put it to good use multiple times in this matchup so far. Once again, throwing it into action as Valiance. Are they even going to be going for this retake? I don't think so. I feel like the bomb is too far ticked right now. Hunden takes that headshot, pretty much seals the deal as well. It's Letney going to fall back, and that finished off the job. Alternate Attax still in this one, 8 rounds.
Yeah, for sure. They are in the game. I still believe that it could turn into a very close matchup, especially with how the economy pans out this far. Like, people going into the next round, they have 4,000 to 5,000. They have to spend everything to get full weapons, and just losing a round puts you on the very edge. And it's been happening for Alternate. It's been happening for Valiance. Once again, there is a chance for Valiance's economy to be broken, but instead, if they win this round, Alternate Attax will be running on fumes.
Yeah, of course, they've got out this double up setup. This is a change-up for Valiance. Alternate Attax haven't faced this huge buy just yet, but Stefan, finds both kills, absolutely breaks open mid. Valiant shut down.
What are they supposed to do at this stage? With 2 AWPers, would require some amazing performance really from Joxic, but it's going to be Letney to kick it off instead. He's got 2 people up close. Is he going to be able to run away? Yes, and he's still got the coverage from Neno. But nothing else happening anymore. Alternate not peeking out, which I feel like is the better decision to make under these circumstances. Just take a look at where Joxic is. He's just so far away from there. They abandoned the cars. They just look for the exit kills again. So Valiance might indeed be very afraid for the money.
Oh wow, they have leveled up the playing field here. A full flash coming through onto Stefan as well, but they are going to back off, try and save this double up setup. Gives them something to work with in this upcoming and 24th round. But Alternate Attax, they're not out of this one just yet. Putting a couple of rounds on the board, staying alive in this tournament. Obviously, no prizes for second place. Letney trying to secure this one, finding frag after frag. A triple kill for him, but going even further. Nino shuts them down. Obviously, reinvestment needed for Alternate Attax, but Valiance lose that AWP.
They lose that AWP, and they have nothing to work with right now, so can't really fix that mistake. It's already been done. With 2 AWPs, I believe that it would have been a maybe it's hard to say a comfortable situation, but wouldn't have been bad. You put one up here, one up there, and hope that once again Letney performs like he did in the previous one. 3 kills, if I remember correctly, excuse me. And Joxic, you mentioned many times how good of an AWPer he is throughout the entire day.
A lot of mid-control here for Alternate Attax, obviously abusing the low economy of Valiance by trying to extend these angles. Open the distance. Valiance obviously not playing any players towards mid, just going for this 1-4 approach as rotates already coming through. The AWP has to rain out and find multiple frags for Joxic, but he's already being sprayed down and smoked off. He can't find anything just yet. Nino letting he both find kills. Nino actually extinguishes himself as Hunter finds another one. This 2 versus 3 might be doable, as Joxic might be the difference maker on this B side. He does find the frag, the CC rains out, and that's match point. Valiance 1 away from the main stage.
Thurston decided to move at the worst possible moment when the guy with the CC made his attempt, made his approach, and then he swapped over to a different weapon. But with an AWP, you're not really able to win against the defense. You're not really able to aim yourself in again so quickly. 59, but 6 rounds difference between the teams. Alternates attack slowly but surely. They have been working their way to closing that gap, but can they actually finish it all off? They would require them to win this round, but imagine them winning this round. With Deagles, with P250s, very little Kevlars out there, well, Joxic just denies that opportunity completely. Had that happened, they would have broken the economy of Valiance. They might have had some great money on their side. Okay, never mind. I'm talking about breaking the economy. They have 16,000. Where from? When did that happen?
Well, all said and done. 16-9. Valiance bust open the group. Absolutely smash and batter everybody.
Revenge for Spirit Academy here.
Exactly.
Very similar scoreline.
And they will be making their way to the main stage, along with the winner of Group A, Group C, and Group D. None of which have been determined yet. We'll be determining Group A, I think maybe tomorrow or Thursday. Otherwise, then we'll be going through to Group C and Group D on Thursday and Friday. So if we do a quick wrap up of today, who would you say apart from Valiance were a surprising team? Any surprises for you?
I was surprised with how Spirit Academy were not able to do more against alternate attacks. Definitely had my hopes in them. I thought that they would be able to at least get more than these 10 rounds. It was one close match that we did get to see, but after the first half, it kind of died out on the Spirit Academy. But it might have been exhaustion, maybe. Who knows? Maybe just a little bit more experience on their side and they will be able to close out matches like these. But definitely looking forward to a moment where they will be able to beat alternate attacks. For now, alternate's a little bit better, but then there's also, as always, somewhat better than you.
Yeah.
In this case, it's Valiance, actually. Valiance.
Yeah, and obviously they're going to have a pretty tough time in the main stage. They'll be facing teams such as AGO, such as Pride, such as Kingwin, all the Poles in our main stage. Not you, though. No, you know.
No, not me. I'm only playing 1v1. No, I don't let the teams drag me down.
Is that what you're going for?
Nah. No, on PGA, by the way, where we were with.
Did you win?
With the big Betty, I was playing against Manise.
Oh, how much did he smash you?
6-4.
6? Oh, that's not too. That's not too bad. You're not too bad.
I didn't know there was AK on the ground. I didn't look at the ground, and every single time I respawn, I had an M4, and I'm like, "Where did you get the AK from? I also want it."
Excuses.
And he answered me, "I don't know." Like, what a scam.
Either way.
And then I asked him to play some AWPs, but he refused. So.
He did. He wanted to get out of there. 6-4. That's close. He must have been embarrassed. Either way, with Group B finished, we'll be back tomorrow with some WCA action and Group C coming on Thursday afternoon. Same time, same place, 5 p.m. CET in our Legend Series studio. But until then, see you next time.
You can be my everything, my everything. You can be my everything, my everything. Won't you say? You can be my everything, my everything. You can be my everything, my everything. We haven't got unlimited time. Sun is out and you get to your prime. We're falling for love, we're falling for lust, we're falling through everything. You see the summer's getting closer. We don't feel like we are getting older. So show me what you have to bring. I'll take you on a wild adventure if you want to go. We're locked in. let me know. Won't you synchronize with me? You can be my everything, my everything. You can be my everything, my everything. Won't you synchronize with me? You can be my everything, my everything. You can be my everything, my everything. Won't you synchronize with me? You can be my everything, my everything. You can be my everything, my everything.
Never gonna give